Well, welcome to Phoenix and Flame. I'm Dana, and this is my podcast on pushing through and transforming even when you feel like a pile of ash. Well, I thought that I would do a candid shot today on the whole COVID 19 virus. Initially, I wasn't going to do this today because I'm in my office and I share this area with another therapist who's down the hallway around the corner. And I normally like to be in here on the weekends by myself, where I can talk and laugh and make as much noise as I want to, with no concern that anyone's going to overhear me or that I'm going to bother anybody. And then I thought, well, heck, that's not the life we live now, is it? With COVID 19 and all this craziness, and we've all been told to shelter in place, and the schools have shut down, and everything's closed. The restaurants are closed, the movie theaters are closed, the malls are closed, everything's closed down. So everybody has been told to go home and shelter in place. Well, the reason why I'm in my office is it's like a home away from home. It's just me and one other person, and we rarely get within 15 feet of each other, let alone 6. But it's like, you know what? Why am I sitting here waiting on private time when nobody else has any private time? We're told to stay at home and be alone, but we're not alone, are we? Everyone's around us, all the kids, all the parents who've been told to go home from their office and try to do all their stuff online, with their kids running around in the background, screaming and hollering, dogs barking, stuff going on. It has turned into crazy town. Our sense of reality is just, I don't even know what to say. You can't even get your mind around it. I was journaling earlier today, and the best way I could think of to describe it was it's sort of like walking around and you have this awareness of this dark gargoyle type thing that's just in your peripheral vision. And you can't ever look at it straight on, but you can't ever get away from it either. It's like everywhere you go, you're just aware of this darkness over here, just right in your peripheral vision. The darkness being the COVID-19. I would say coronavirus, but I was educated by one of my friends who happens to be an RN that the coronavirus that's no big thing. It's like a cold virus. But the COVID-19, that's the new novel virus that we're all scared of and we're running away from, trying to prevent from sucking the whole country down the tubes. And so all of us are in our homes or in places like our homes, and nobody can get anything exactly the way they want it. So I thought, why am I waiting around to have the exact perfect environment to record my candid shot on COVID-19? Because that doesn't match what we're experiencing. Everyone's crammed in these spaces. I talk to people all the time that houses are small or feel very small when you've got all the kids home and they're running around. They're used to school. They don't have school. The structure's not there. They're bored, eating everything coming and going. It's just crazy town. We've all feel like we've just been sucked down a rabbit hole. So I thought, well, you know what? Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and make this candid shot recording. Today, I feel a little awkward. I'm not going to lie. I feel a little weird because I'm not in this area by myself. But since we don't have patients coming in and out of our office, at least the doorbell's not going ding, ding, ding every time somebody walks in or out. So there is that. That's nice. I will say, though, the upside that I've noticed about this is that when you get on the road, there's not many people on the road. This is a good thing. I have a blog on my issues with driving and traffic. It's a thing. Don't judge me. I have a problem. For people that have ridden with me, especially if I'm in a hurry, it's just not pretty. So to be able to get out on the road and just be able to just go without getting stuck behind slow, unplugged drivers that have no idea what the speed limit is, that's an upside. Just saying, it's an upside. So in terms of this Candid shot, some things I'm noticing is that we're all having trouble with our concentration, because it's like our brains are just feel like they've been turned inside out. All of our normal is gone. What is even normal? I don't even know what that means. Nobody knows what that means anymore. And all the stuff that we used to rely on, our routines, all this type of stuff, gone. We don't even know. Should we take a shower? I don't know. Have you brushed your teeth? I don't know. When's mealtime? I don't know. We don't even know. The kids are asking this, that, the other. Of course, I don't have that because my kids are launched now. But I have friends who do, and, it's just like your brain just doesn't even know how to process stuff. And so you end up doing something twice. You don't remember if you did it or not. Somebody's talking to you, and you look like you're listening to them, but your brain's just out to lunch, and you're just standing there hoping they're not going to ask you a question to ascertain whether or not you actually heard what they said. So right off the bat, you have your concentration is shot because of all this weirdness going on. Your brain's just trying to process all of it, and you don't even know. Well, I run a private practice, and I run it by myself. I do everything. I have no secretary. I have no billing department. I do everything by myself. So I have been going Mach 2 with my hair on fire, trying to learn how to do telehealth. Yes. Now, I know. Telehealth is a thing. And there's people out there that's all they do, because there's definitely a market for that. And kudos to them. Wonderful. All right. Well, my private practice has been full for a long time, and I frequently have a waiting list. And so, quite frankly, I haven't been motivated to learn how to do telehealth. Well, all of a sudden, when we had to shut our doors and I've got all my patients, it's like, okay, you got to figure it out. And not only do you have to figure out which HIPAA-compliant encrypted video platform you want to use and how to use it, but also how to do all the billing. What code for this? There's a different code for phone, different code for telehealth, and some insurances want this code, and some insurances want that code, and some want an add-on. What do they call it? A modifier. Oh my gosh. I'm telling you, it's been something. So you have that. Well, and I'm just like everybody else. Anybody else out there that they're at their job and they're used to getting up and getting ready and getting in their car and driving to their office and being in their office and having their printer and all their IT department and all the people they need to talk to, and everything's right there, and they have it all organized. And then they've been told, you know what, you got to do all this from your house. From your house. With your dogs barking and your cats crawling all over everything and your kids screaming and hollering. Yeah. Enjoy that. So we're all just in this big stew of craziness of trying to figure out how to do things in virtual land. Virtual reality is now what it is. Everything. And, speaking of virtual reality and social media and things that you see on screens, something else I've run into is on the top side, you see these people that are doing these wonderful things, these random acts of kindness, and I totally respect and think it's awesome that not only people are doing these things, but you have people trying to report that stuff so we don't get totally sucked down the drain with all the negativity of COVID-19. But we also see examples of humans helping humans. I have to be totally honest here, because that's kind of like the thing with the Candid shot, is honesty. I feel kind of bad about myself because, I see all these people out there doing all these things, all these great creative ideas they have of doing this and doing that and helping their fellow man. I'm sitting there thinking, what's wrong with me that I hadn't thought of that? You know, I'm not thinking of that stuff. Does that mean I'm selfish? Does that mean I'm just stupid or not creative? I don't know. Could be any of any of those. But I will say, on behalf of myself, when I went through Arby's drive-thru the other day, I had a $20 bill, and I'm like, you know what? I went through it. I gave it to the person that was in the drive-thru, and I said, help pay for somebody's meal. When somebody comes through here and you feel like they could really use a leg up, use this $20 to help buy their meal. And I'm hoping maybe that would kind of get a pay it forward thing going. That's always fun to do. You know, and I'm going to be going to Walmart today. Hopefully I won't get attacked by the plague and have to run around screaming, unclean, unclean. Anyway, I did reach out to my mother-in-law and also to a friend of mine who's battling cancer right now to see if they needed anything from Walmart that I could pick up for them. And, you know, my friend who's battling cancer, I'm going to make her a chicken pot pie and take it over there to her. If you can think of something small, just do what you do, because you're not alone, I'm saying, if you see things that other people are doing, these big, great, grand gestures or something like that, and you feel like, well, that's wonderful. What's wrong with me that I'm not thinking about that kind of stuff? Everybody can think something. Doesn't have to be some big thing. Oh, and also, as I'm recording this Candid shot, my podcast, Phoenix and Flame, has not technically launched yet because, you see, I'm trying to get several episodes recorded. And on top of all of this stuff going on with my full-time practice and then this COVID-19 and all the craziness that's pushed on us and the telehealth and all this kind of stuff, I'm also trying to figure out about social media marketing, which I don't know anything about that stuff. And I'm so frustrated. I have people helping me with that, thank goodness. But just trying to get all the stuff, the beginning stuff of a podcast or anything, any kind of project anybody's doing that it's brand new. They've never done it before and they're willing to launch out there and see what happens with it. It's anxiety provoking. And you put it in here with everything else, and it's just like, oh my gosh. So you know what? I'm just saying, every once in a while, I have this thought. When I reach my max, when my brain can't handle anymore, I can't have one more thought. I can't solve one more problem. I can't complete one more task. I can't answer one more question. Nothing. I have this idea in my head that I'm going to change my name and I'm going to dye my hair and I'm going to go sell sunscreen and seashell necklaces out of a tiki hut on some island where nobody knows me, and I can just stand in there and rearrange the souvenirs on the shelves. That's about all my brain can handle sometimes. But you know what? I can't even do that now because you can't fly. You can't get on a plane. You can't go anywhere. And if you do, you can't get back. So I guess I'll have to come up with another escape route if I get to a point where I feel like I've actually lost my mind. So anyway, that is my Candid shot, at least one. I might do another one, I don't know. But Candid shot for COVID-19. So I hope you're having a great day. When you finally listen to this, I don't know if we're still going to be in the COVID-19 thing or if it's going to be in the rearview mirror. But either way, I think all of us are going to have PTSD. We're still probably never going to shake hands again. I don't know what's going to happen with all this stuff. But I hope the rest of your day goes well. Again, this is Dana, and this is my podcast, Phoenix and Flame.